Imagine if you woke up in the morning and you were worried about being evicted, your car was broken, you didn't have a way to get to work, and there's no food in the house. The stress that people who are food insecure and living with poverty is enormous. Everyone should have enough to eat. And the word enough is relative. The Blue Ridge Area Food Bank was founded in 1981 by Phil Grasty and a few board members. And at the time, it was a novel concept, this idea of food banking. There weren't that many across the country. But he saw a real need in this region and established the food bank. But he did something that was really unique, and that is he established branch locations in the more remote parts of the service area, Lynchburg, Charlottesville, and Winchester. And at the time, it was called an experiment in rural food banking. Phil's vision right from the get-go was to do something innovative. He might not have known the particulars when he signed the Articles of Incorporation, but he knew right away that having one food bank in the middle, so to speak, of a service area wasn't going to be adequate. And to this day, thanks to his foresight, our food bank is in the top tier of food banks in providing food to people on a per-person level. Our motto is everyone should have enough to eat. And in those few words, I think we're trying to say a lot. Number one, everyone is everyone. We are called to serve everyone without judgment, and we believe that food is a fundamental human right.
As human beings, food is essential for our survival, and so we all have to have it. But yet, most of us at some point in our life will get to a place where that may be a little bit of a struggle, or we don't have necessarily what we want. And everyone should have enough to eat. What I think people should know is I think almost none of us realize just how many people there are in the western side of Virginia that are going hungry, that are lacking in having enough food to eat. Those numbers blew my mind when I first saw them. And then the scale at which the Blue Ridge Area Food Bank works. It's just something that, you know, people may hear it mentioned occasionally, but they have no idea the scale of what they're doing working with food banks in so many different places to get food out onto the tables of people who need it.
The Blue Ridge Area Food Bank is like this big nonprofit food hub. Now, how we get the food, how we store the food, how we move the food is way more complicated than it looks on the surface. Food comes to us from all kinds of sources. Now, when we get all that food into our warehouses, we log it into a system that tracks our inventory, but also a system that measures the nutrient density of the food that we're acquiring. It's a scientific way for us to select food based on the nutrient value of the food, and then track that in our inventory. Once it's in the inventory and being tracked, our staff place it within the warehouse in an organized system. We pull that food when our agencies, our partners, order the food on our online portal. We pull those orders just like you would if you were ordering from a warehouse for Walmart or the others. And we then stage a delivery to that partner, or they may come up and pick it up. And then that food goes out to our community partners, again, mostly food pantries, and they're then distributing that food to people who are showing up and needing that assistance. All of this is supported largely with philanthropy, charitable donations of cash, and to some extent from the community food itself. And we're more reliant than other regional food banks in the country on individuals like you and me.
I've been volunteering with my wife for, I believe this is the 5th week. The feeling that we get from just being here and filling a gap and being here with other people who are like-minded. It's a lot of fun. It really is. We don't call it work. We sort vegetables, we pack boxes, we go through expiration quotes, make sure everything is palatable. Just generally sorting through all of the donated products that have been sent into this unit. There are people living on the streets. Sometimes it's a lack of motivation, but a lot of times it's no fault of their own. I just feel like they got to have a place to chow down and have a good meal once in a while.
The biggest challenge that we're facing is a challenge that all of our partners are facing. We're seeing this contraction of giving and support, an increasing level of need in the years to come, and a contraction in the capacity of our community partners to deliver on their mission. Not all partners are facing those challenges today. Many are, and more will in the future. There are a number of ways people can help advance this work. Simply making a financial contribution via our website, clicking on Donate Now. Every dollar allows us to provide more than 3 meals to people in need. Clicking on Get Involved allows people to connect to volunteer opportunities and register online for ways they can lend a hand at our food bank. But we also want people to lend a hand in the local communities they live in and work in, and find a food pantry near them where they can go and help with the food distribution or store boxes or unload trucks. When we're able to get 13 staff positions covered with volunteers, that's a lot of money that would otherwise go into salaries and benefits. That's money that we can then take and put toward food. We're able to turn $1 donated to the food bank into more than 3 meals because of how much food is donated, how many hours volunteers donate to us and do the work within our own walls, and the financial contributions that allow us to pay for these operations. When we have a neighbor who's run up against hard times, we show up with a casserole because it's a way of showing we care. Surely it's about the food and enabling someone to not have to worry about preparing a meal when they've had a loss in the family or they're struggling with something. But it's a way of being able to express, I care about you, I love you, I see you, I want to help you. And you don't even have to exchange words for that to come across. Well, we can't show up on people's doorsteps all across our service area with casseroles. But when people give to the Blue Ridge Area Food Bank, they're having the same effect. We want our guests to know they aren't alone, that there are people out there to help them not just get by, but access the resources that will help them achieve greater stability and security in their lives overall. It starts with one connection, often a caring volunteer at a pantry who says, "Welcome, how can I help you?"